Hey everybody, Michael here, and I'm here today with Maureen Edwardson. She's awesome. I hope one day you get to meet her as well, but in the meantime, she's written a great book. It's The Magical Evolutionary Code.
Unleashed.
Unleashed. And it is very, very powerful. I've read it. I've experienced a session with Maureen before. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to go through a session on video so you can see what it is and how powerful it is. Enjoy. Maureen, would you tell us a little bit about it?
Thank you so much. Yes, this is the work that's been evolving for almost 24 years, and it has been integrated from a lot of different places, like we all do, and this is my version of how to access limitless potential from the universe, which is within us and all around us. And it's a very simple protocol that in itself is magical. Just when you have the book, actually, it has a frequency that I've been told heals all by itself. And that's really fun to think about. But just reading it, and then of course even more powerfully when we bring two energies together in like intention and resonance, even more magic is possible. So the magical evolutionary, your magical evolutionary code unleashed. The science of inner resonance endorsed by Dr. Bruce Lipton.
Woohoo!
Because his science describes how and why this magic is even possible. And I love that you know, the worlds are bridging.
Yeah, the woo-woo is matching up with the concrete. And it's going, yeah, you were right the whole time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, yes, so thank you so much for dropping by today. This is really fun.
This is awesome. I just out of the blue said, hey Maureen, let's get together. I'm down on the coast. And she said, come on by. And then I brought my camera. So you guys get to see this. This is awesome. And we're going to work through a session now. And do I need to be silent to figure out what I need to work on? Or are we just going to find out?
And you know what's really fun about this work, which is really, I think, unique about this work, is that I do nothing for you. I just simply guide you through the protocol I developed that allows you to activate all of the magic within yourself, because your body knows how to heal itself. And we know that the causal levels are most often in our field, the mental and emotional programs that we carry. And that's really what interferes with our body being able to heal itself. Most normal conditions that we have physically that we're challenged with will be healed within about a 6-week period. You have a broken arm or a broken bone or something, or you get even a bad flu is usually gone within about 6 weeks. That's a long one, 10 days to 6 weeks. So the body knows how to heal itself. And so we have all those other things around it, how it feels emotionally, old programs, old times where you had the same old thing happen before, and oh, here we go again. That sort of brings resistance in to having it heal in a timely way, so to speak. And beyond that, what I call that 3D default factory setting, the body knows how to heal itself, then we also can engage in bringing the mind and the spirit, which is limitless, to have instant relief or shift for whatever is bugging us or dragging along with us on our journey that we really don't need. Sometimes we need it. Sometimes at a soul level or at a subconscious level, there are still things that we're needing to experience or choosing on another level. However, this gives optimal opportunity to clear the way to allow whatever is left over to trust it at a deeper level, and then move towards the I guess the expectation. And I wonder how this is going to happen, and wonder, you know, what's going to come out of it, because we know that there are silver linings, there are gifts in everything that happen, and it just allows us to get to the gifts a lot faster. Yes.
So I'm going to get to my gift. It's just before Christmas and I get to open a gift early. I got goosebumps. Look at that, or truth bumps.
Yeah, and what's really cool, but I just want to also say, is that you don't have to know anything. You know, you don't have to share anything if you do know it, because what we know is such a small, tiny bit. You know, 5% of the conscious mind is what we're, you know, really aware of. And we're processing at 40 bits per second at the conscious level, and then woohoo! Subconscious is 40 million bits per second in terms of processing, and that's where all the old programs are. But what I was really astounded to learn is that of the 5% of what we're consciously aware of, 99.9% is looping up from the old programs.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and so that's
not
why.
only are we not taking in anything new, really, we're feeding ourselves constantly the old.
Yes, and so eventually, doing those positive affirmations in the right formula, if you make sure you have the right formula, and turning around every negative to a positive all day long, it still takes time, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's all good, because it's good practice to be consciously positive and making the best of everything. And imagine clearing that garbage can and then bringing that super conscious level, which is non-local, the spiritual consciousness where it's instant process, then wow, then we're turning into our superhuman status that this time is all about, integrating that spiritual part of ourselves into the physical plane, becoming masters here.
What we are.
Yeah, ascension is right here, baby, right in your heart.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you don't have to share anything, you don't have to know anything. Anything you do share can be helpful because then we can target it differently, but really it doesn't matter.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking earlier about something I've been struggling through with years. In my early 20s, I developed a case of gout, and it has been with me on and off for the last 20 years, and it has seriously kept me from doing a lot of the things that I'd like to do at certain times in my life. So I think I'll share that one, since it seems to be forefront in our minds, and let's see if we can work this one through. See you in 6 weeks. Or less.
It's been 6 weeks, longer than 6 weeks. If you're in your 20s, we're not going to say how.
Okay, no guarantees here other than it will get better.
Faster, sooner or later, but sooner is on the agenda today. So which leg is it?
It is my right leg, mainly, yes.
Yeah, and of course we bring in metaphors, always, because the body is a responder to consciousness and to our mind, and the body is always playing out what's going on for us, and so it's a metaphor, and it's always good to be aware of what those metaphors are for us, and paying attention to that, on your right side, your male side, you're moving forward. Are you right dominant? Are you right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so that's would be true for you, because you're moving forward in life and, wanting to get to that best part of your life and best part of you, and, you've just been working so hard at that. And whatever happened in your 20s as you were experiencing this also gets, whatever traumas or painful experiences, mentally or emotionally or even physically, other things that were going on at that time.
Former wife was leaving me.
Yeah, so there you go. And that is what locks things in from healing on just even on the default level, because as I said, 6 weeks for most things, and certainly a whole year, we're making a whole new body, right? Because Deepak Chopra says that 99% of our cells replace themselves every year.
It's every year now, wow.
Yeah.
It's speeding up too.
It is. Every 3 months we get a whole new skeleton. Every 5 days we get a whole new layer of skin. So every month we get a whole new skin, a whole new stomach lining, I think every 24 hours. So, we're regenerating all the time. So it's the information in our field that's resonating with our body causing it to go act out. And so if we were free of all of that, if we were neutral in all of that old information and became fresh into, this moment, then wow, then we could really have a comfortable time in this bag of bones and skin suit that we're wearing, and really have fun. So yes, and we're moving into such really cool times where all these advanced possibilities that all masters like Buddha and Jesus, I call him Joshua, all the Sai Baba have prophesied and have been examples of what we would normally call miracles, but there's the science around it. So as we're clearing all the old programs and all our old experiences of pain and stress, then we're open to sitting in the center of our being in that clear space, connected into that infinite possibility. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and that's what I'm about, is helping facilitate that in others and myself as I work with you. We talked about that earlier. When we do energy work with people and we're in that place of possibilities, we get amped up at the same time. So sharing is always a good thing.
Definitely.
Yes. And so the protocol is really simple.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very simple. you're already doing it, you're breathing already. We start with the breath and we end with the breath. And what I like to do is explain the protocol to you first, and then I'll take you through it for real, because truly, even when I'm telling you about it, what happens is your subconscious automatically knows this and it jumps on board and starts doing it. And sometimes before, we even get to the place of, doing it, it's already done.
It's done.
And in most cases, we want to go through it consciously and engage with it and empower ourselves from that point of view too, from a conscious point of view. And it's a one-stop shopping, I have to tell you, even though that your gout and that, the right part of your body is bugging you and limiting you at the moment, it becomes a doorway for everything, all issues from all times and places, because we're addressing our quantum selves. Because remember, at the conscious level, I'm just going to do a small review, it's 5%, it's 40 bits per second that we process. Subconscious is 40 million bits. But super consciousness is where we're going for a ride. Our spiritual quantum consciousness is instant, it's non-local. So all that information in our field, and it's not just our own experiences, it's all of our ancestral information, all the genetic. We don't need to be subject to our DNA inheritance anymore. We can filter out what is not appropriate to this time and place for us, and whether that's also soul memory, every single lifetime of our soul. It embodies everything. So we just do a whole compressed cleansing, if you will, a deprogramming to free you up, to make whole new choices from that place of your heart center and your highest levels of choice, getting you that newer level of freedom to be more of yourself than ever before.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So breathing is the first step. And so, of course, what is the breath? We just remember who we really are through the breath. And you know all this, so it's just such a pleasure always being with you, and it's such a joy working with you. And so breathing, the breath connects us, into the higher part of ourselves, into a greater consciousness that we're all one with and part of. That's a place of infinite potential, where all the possibilities hang out. And it's a place where we're co-creating. It's also, because it's limitless, it's timeless. So it's the past, present, future are all here now. We know that the past is here with us all too much, and the present, oh my goodness, we often miss it, but it's here. And then the future, we don't ever think of the future being here now, but it is. And so, just playing in that timeless field of all possibilities, because an old experience has its own life, right? So it's getting projected into the future. And so every time we make a choice, we're slightly changing the trajectories, but we want to cleanse all of that future potential that got started way back here, that might have a life of its own in some parallel reality that needs not to have any kind of bleed-through effect or any influence at all. So we're going to clear on all times, all places, past, present, and future. So you are timeless in that higher aspect of yourself. And so we're all becoming conscious of being commanders of our own reality on a whole new level. We know we do create our reality, but consciously creating and co-creating with that greater field of consciousness is becoming much more powerful. This is where we're going today, and this is who you are. Commander of your own personal universe. Woohoo. And so from that place of remembering who you are, you get a chance to invite all of your spiritual support. We all have our own unique beliefs and our own traditions and culture, and that's all good, because that's where we also create from. So then you get an opportunity to say yes and thank you to all that's there to support you in that greater field. And then when you've done that in your own time, you let me know, and we go to the next step, which is engaging the body. Some people say, I prayed, and nothing's happening, that God's not delivering this to me, what's wrong with me? I've got, some worthiness problems here, receiving problems, whatever it is. No, it's just that you have something else in your way, and the body has its own power, but through stress and pain, it's not designed for any of that. So it shuts down. And so it blocks pathways to our greater good. So we're treating you a little bit like a supercomputer today, plugging you into greater source and remembering who you really are, sitting in your machine, your communication device as a supercomputer. Then you need to switch it on. because a lot of the programs have been shut down, and the magical evolutionary codes that I speak of are sometimes just waiting for the right instruction, for the right awareness, for the right frequency to switch on to show us, the magic of more of who we really are. So we're going to ask to switch all that on of what's appropriate and relevant for you today. And remember, you're in charge for all of this. I'm just guiding you through. You're the one saying yes, yes to all of that and activating yourself. And so then we just keep it really simple. Switch on body. Okay, and when you've done that, then we go to sitting at the keyboard. So what do you want? Right? And you can go with what you know you don't want, because of course that's very uppermost in your pattern. It's interfering with your life big time, and it's really old and stinky now. It's time to, kick it off, that foot of yours, whatever it needs to get done. And so as we're in that place of intention, remembering that we're the choosers. The computer, we say, what command are you giving your computer? We're not used to using that language for ourselves. We don't consider ourselves that powerful. And yet we're 50 to 100 trillion times more powerful than anything we can possibly build, because that's how many cells we have worth of intelligence. Yeah, it's really awesome. So, okay, so then whatever point of view you want to come from is relevant to you. You want to be free of that. Right? So we want to phrase it in as much of a positive intention, or even if you phrased all your good, you want to have a really healthy, strong leg to move you forward in life. Whatever it is in your own words that happens, we just say, all right, so everything that's in the way of that, all issues on all levels of memory, all the core causal levels of everything, and then we widen it out, everything that is has become associated and connected with how this makes you feel, physically, of course, very limiting, very painful. Emotionally, then, how you get discouraged and, really, depressed about your life. I mean, I'm not saying that about you, but it's possible when people have these conditions, that goes with the territory. And then our beliefs, and our limitations, and all those things get in the way, and then we feel disconnected from our spiritual selves and powerless. And often usually it affects us financially as well, which is the currency of our freedom, a lot of our freedom in this zone, this 3D. So all of these parts of us get affected, so we want to include all those parts of us, and then all of your different aspects of your personality, because we sure get shut down as children, and then our cultural condition echoes that and reinforces that. Oh, you can't be this, or you can't have to behave yourself there, whatever that is. So we get used to being contracted even about being our biggest selves, because it can be too much for people sometimes. Imagine that. We won't know anything about that one, right? And so we include all of it, okay? And so we go through more of a blah 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 around that, and you just say yes, 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 because you're saying yes to your higher self, right? And your subconscious information that knows what's going on here. And so then we get through all the blah blah blah, and oh my goodness, there we are. So what happens next? How does this get done? So I take you through agreements that put you in charge for safe and appropriateness for you and all concerned at all times. We go through an agreement for ease and gentleness. We're so programmed up for the struggle. We know all about the struggle, right? And effortless grace, to be more of who you truly are, and free of what no longer needs to limit you and define you. And then we go into instant and permanent. Ooh, all these agreements, by the way, are all approaching and confronting all of our limiting beliefs that we have collectively. Beware the quick fix. It takes taken a long time to build up, so it's going to take a long time to get better. Those things are all true on one level. No gain without pain. We learn and we experience through joyful ways as well, and easier ways. So it's just opening up, and just like saying Newtonian physics is invalidated by quantum. No, it's just an expansion of possibilities. So that's where we're going with these agreements, okay? And so then it's instant and permanent for what's ready, and for what's not quite ready today, to trust and be in more anticipation of, wow, I wonder how the rest is going to resolve, because I know it is, and going to a deeper place of trust and faith in all of that. And then 2 more agreements is allowing the part of you that's really open to something different being possible. to be in charge, because we're going to where we haven't experienced such rapid, effortless transformation. And so it doesn't happen at the conscious effort, you know? And so we just want to be open to something different being possible and allow that part of you to be in charge. And then one last agreement, allowing the part of you that knows how to go do all this, you know, and it sure doesn't happen here, you know, and the body is the densest, you know, and most effortful. And so we just want to bump it up and allow all that field to clear so the body can go, yeah, I know how to feel good right now. So is that good for you?
Perfect for me.
Any questions?
None at all.
Excellent.
No.
Well,
And if you have any questions, write them down below.
yes, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I love questions. I love discussing. I love possibility thinking, and yeah, it's very fun.
Excellent.
So, you got your seatbelt fastened?
Seatbelt fastened?
Yeah, you're ready for the cosmic journey here?
I am.
Wonderful. Are you breathing?
I am breathing.
That's excellent. So just focusing on being present with your breath. It's as hard as it gets. And maybe breathing in from your source into your heart center, and breathing out of your heart down into the center of Mother Earth. And breathing up from the earth into your heart center, and breathing out and up to source. And breathing from both directions simultaneously into your heart center. And just breathe out 360, all directions, all around you. That alone is healing and clearing. Sitting at the center of your heart. And so as you're breathing in and out effortlessly now, without thinking too much about it, just remember that you are one with Source. You are an individuated piece of Source, breathing yourself into your vehicle of expression, your body. And remembering that higher part of yourself is connected with infinite potential into that field of all possibilities, beyond time, beyond space, where we're co-creating with that greater field of consciousness, becoming more conscious co-creators in our own personal universe. And just remembering yourself from that point of view. And as you are in that greater awareness, just allow all the support that's there for you, not as a supplicant, but as an empowered being of consciousness, allowing support to amplify and help you today. So saying yes and thank you to all of the spiritual help that is there for you, known and unknown. And let me know when you're ready to continue.
Yes, and thank you.
And feeling your body, feeling where your body is touching the world around you. Maybe where your clothes are touching your skin, where your hands and feet are, where you're cozied in on this comfortable chair. And remember, your body has three aspects that we also talk about from that physical point of view. Your body, truly, it's a walking miracle, or a sitting miracle at this point.
Mm.
And your body has all of the programs that know what to do. It has access to all the information in the whole universe. It's a dowsing tool, extraordinaire. And so, yes, as I said, it also has all the programs that know what to do. And your body knows how to be a limitless, instant responder to consciousness and to higher spirit. I've watched people change their eye color from light blue to dark brown. You know, the body is an instant responder. It's always responding to our thoughts and our emotions and our greater field of information. And so we just want to switch on all those programs that have been shut down through pain and through trauma, and to allow ourselves to be full receptors to all of the good and everything that wants to happen today. So how we do that? Play along with me. Switch on, body.
Switch on, body.
There you go. So you plugged into Source, you've switched on your communication device, your machine here. And so, how, in your own words, would you choose to have something shift today for yourself?
I would choose to be healthy and able and mobile.
Anything else?
Gracefully and easily
Okay.
and instantly.
Yes, we'll go through all those agreements. So the focus then is on being free of any physical limitations that cause you any pain or stress or hardship that interfere with your moving ahead in any way.
Anyway.
And if there are any other issues that this is preempting, that you might walk out of here feeling great about, thinking, oh my goodness, I should have asked for that. It's all, it's okay if it all gets included today because it's all known.
Yes, it is.
We're doing that one-stop shopping trip.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And so then we'll say all issues that interfere with your greatest health, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, down all the core causal levels of memory. If there's anything hiding out in your ancestral genes about gout or immobile issues or pain or stress of any kind, would it be all right to cleanse all that out of your field?
Yes, and thank you.
And to allow any other issues to be also cleansed that are no longer relevant to this time and place.
Yes.
So we want to include all levels of memory, your whole life, every second of your life, going all the way back to the moment you popped in to the world. All that time you swam around inside.
Yes.
And right to the second you were conceived. You have a knowingness at some level, whether you wanted or not wanted, what was going on with both each of your parents and both of them. And then of course all that ancestral memory we talked about, and every lifetime of your soul going all the way back. Yeah. And then of course we're resonant beings in a community of other bodies. We are a cell in the greater body of humanity and of sentient life. So we often get plugged in through resonance to through difficult challenges that other people have experienced in that greater field too. So we want to unplug from all of those places that are not healthy or helpful. That'd be okay?
Yes.
And then as I mentioned, I'm going to open the door really wide also for all the ways these issues have affected you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, and all of your personalities that get shut down through one reason or another. We want to bring all of you back like a defrag of your full personality self back into your heart center. And then to do a soul retrieval. Often this takes a long time and all these layers of all these lifetimes and different aspects to be conscious of, to reintegrate ourselves. This is a fast track to allow all those disconnected places of our soul, different places and pieces of ourselves we've left, other places, to really call ourselves home, back into our heart center too. And to allow all your brilliance, all your wisdom, all of your inspiration, all of your giftedness also just to be reclaimed in that brilliance of that diamond soul of all the different facets of yourself, here now.
Yes.
Yes.
Here now.
And then to have all your multidimensional selves coherently realigned in all of these really intense energies that are knocking a lot of people off their pins these days, however much work we've done on ourselves, to really keep our balance and harmony, because the energies are so intense for all good. So this is where we want to be realigned, right? That coherence. And to allow all levels of reality to be included, all frequencies, all dimensions in that greater, ever, always expanding consciousness that we're all part of and one with, in that greatest cosmic wholeness. Wow.
Yes.
We're part of something huge. And so, whoa, that's a lot you're asking for there, George Michael. And so, let's make those agreements. It puts you in charge, then there's no fear of fear itself, no overwhelm of anything that would otherwise give us a healing crisis, anything like that. And so the first agreement, would it be all right then? It's your job just to say yes.
Okay.
So would it be all right to allow all of this to happen in this way, in the safest and most appropriate way for you and all concerned at all times?
Yes.
Excellent. And are you open to having it happen in an easier and gentler way than you've ever experienced?
Yes.
Yeah, and perhaps ever thought possible.
Yes.
And are you open to some effortless grace?
Yes.
Because it's our birthright to be all of who we are, and to be our brilliant, loving, shiny, abundant selves in service to all with our gifts. That's what we're here for. Lovely. Lovely to have that understanding. And so allowing whatever's ready today to be instantly and permanently shifted and cleared.
Yes.
And healthified.
Healthified.
Is that a good word?
It is now. It'll be up on Wikipedia later today. Healthified.
Oh, not to be mistaken with fried.
No, not healthified.
Yeah.
Healthified.
Healthified. Yes. And so to allow the part of you that's really ready for that to be in charge. The part of you that's open to something different being possible, just like that. To be freed up for you. And whatever needs to be walked through, sometimes no pun intended, unfolded on the journey, to trust that everything is perfectly perfect and it's all a gift, and we get to see all the gifts as we walk that road, and with full gratitude and appreciation for everything. And then to allow that part of you that knows how to go and play in that great mystery of our superconscious aspect of our own selves, supported by all of the brilliance of the limitless spiritual support we have, to just allow. This is all about allowing. All about allowing, choosing and claiming and allowing. And so as that happens, you can, it's already happening, by the way, as we just sit here and chat. However, it's often beneficial to take your into a beautiful place of your imaginings and just go on an all-expense paid holiday somewhere, and just if you feel like that, if you're up for it, just enjoy all the sensory input you're choosing. And as you're there, just know that everything's getting taken care of on that other level, because it's all just information in energetic patterns, and it's just getting all just dissolved, and you just get to be while that happens. So, away you go, or be, having that wonderful experience of being peaceful or having fun somewhere. People think we have to be peaceful, but we can really be intensely joyful too, and have a lot of fun wherever we choose. It's your choice. And your system will know when you are ready to come back and check in. And take your time. So checking in, how are you feeling?
Awesome.
Okay. How is your foot and your leg feeling?
I don't feel any pain right now at all.
Were you feeling it when you were just sitting here before we started?
No, it twinges when I stand up.
Oh, okay. So do you want to stand up and
let's
test
check.
it out?
Yes.
Test out your new vehicle. And it's okay if there's stuff still there. There's lots of different ways we can do this.
It doesn't hurt. It's just stiff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you need some WD-40 in there?
Yeah.
What do you need?
I love WD-40. Well, it's funny. It was twinging all the way up here, and now it's just stiff.
Yeah. So what if the twinge was gone permanently? With
Yes.
everything that has been at cause with it, everything that's become associated and connected with it, which is everything in your life since you were 20. And anything that's not useful, wow, you look really nice and bright and clear. Yeah, your energy's like nice. It's always great to me, but it is extra enhanced right now. And so, all right, so if you were to have that loosened up right now, so it felt really perfect and really strong, just like your other one. Okay. So yeah, it's a joke, but it's a metaphor, and the brain takes the symbols that we give it, transforms it to what the chemistry is needed in the body to shift it like that. the body is an instant responder. So when you think about WD-40 or something like that, like what would you, how would you choose to loosen up and normalize that foot?
It's already listening.
It's already loosening,
It's
yeah.
already listening.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
So 0 to 10, where are you?
7.
7, meaning 10 is great and
10 is perfect.
Oh, excellent. Oh, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a 10.
Yeah, it was probably a
In
4
my
or
eyes,
5.
you're always,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So you're what, a 7?
A 7.
So
yeah.
ask your buddy to show you how an 8 would feel. And let you know.
It's actually happening. I mean,
It
I can
is.
feel warmth in my ankle
Absolutely.
right now.
And a 9? Go for 10.
Holding at 9.
Well, I see you may have 1% to walk it out.
Yeah, it just feels like it's been worked out now. Nice.
Because that's what happens, yes. Because when the field is clear, your body is an instant responder. And we think it's the body that needs something, and it is often. And it's good to give ourselves all the physical support that we want. And all the physical support in the world still is not addressing the information in the field that's causing. So they both work together. And the body's an alchemical machine, so even though it may need some physical support or some nutritional shift of some kind, you can have the end result of having done that already, because we're time travelers, right?
That's right.
And the mind is limitless. And so you can go to that place already done, and the body goes, oh yeah, and it doesn't have to actually go through the physical doings. It can just go straight to the being. Yeah, the end result.
Yeah, I'd say I'm 9.5 done right now. It's so awesome.
That's awesome, isn't it?
It is.
And
It's very cool.
so you know that having done this now, you have a choice to have that gone permanently. So are you choosing that?
I am, yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, so as you're feeling that, just take a moment to feel it and notice how that feels. And once again, just breathing in and out with that awareness of that new level of freedom, that new level of health.
It seriously feels like someone's pouring warm baby oil down my leg and onto my ankle.
Nice. And just feel your whole body healthy. Your whole mind relieved of any buildup of stress. Your whole field free and clear for the whole new year that's coming up, starting now.
December 21st. Like that.
Exactly. And in this place of beingness, just being grateful for everything. You can choose one small thing, just to get the frequency in there, to get that chemistry really juiced up in your heart and your whole field.
You just got truth bumps again.
Yeah, you got it going. And it's also a good time if you have any projects, any future that you're envisioning to really be of service with. Just take a few moments or a moment or two just to be there. End result. You're flowing with it. It's effortless. It's magical how it's all happened and is happening continuously. And it's so much fun. And it's so abundant. It's time. And as you're there, and you're feeling so good, just choose a spot in your body to anchor this chemistry, what I call the chemistry of wholeness, the frequency of freedom. Yeah, okay, that's good. You got your finger and thumb going there. And as you're aware, consciously streaming your breath, awareness of your breath, that feeling, your future creation here now, with your new level of health and awareness of your touch. Your brain is noticing all those things simultaneously and creating a switch of wholeness and a frequency of new levels of freedom. And we're choosing to include all levels of consciousness. And this becomes your new program that's accessible with a single breath and a touch, programmed by 4 breaths. And every time you breathe out, you just let go of your touch. And breathing in, touching again when you're ready. Breathing out, letting go. And 2 more. And 4 is a program, but you can do 5 if you want. I like 5, the number of positive change.
I call it choice.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Nice. And the reason for 4 being a program, a new program, is that the first time your subconscious, which is designed for the status quo to keep you apparently safe and stuck in the end results as it happens, but subconscious is a bit protective, so even though it's really wonderful, it's like, yeah, right, maybe, yeah, gotta check this out a little more. Second and third time it gets received on the logical and emotional sides of the brain, and the 4th is greater integration. So, yeah, so once it's programmed, you only need 1. Just like downloading a program on your computer. You know, you just have your shortcut, the icon on the desktop, and you just go, and it runs the program.
Oh, I was doing this, by the way. That was my touch. Sorry, I was off camera. Touch.
Yeah, everybody's different, and the body's holograph, it doesn't matter where you choose. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And you can change it anytime you want. You know, it's yours. You're in charge of you. You're the boss of you.
I am the boss of me. Master Manifestor. Can't you see my cape?
Yes.
Yes.
And so that is it, and so it is, and that's how simple it can be, and how fast, and it holds. You know, any other levels, any other aspects that weren't ready today, then you have your touch and your breath. That just clear them out. And when you add your heart breath in from both directions, so you're connected and you're grounded in your heart center, and breathe out 360. That's a really nice tool too, because you can clear your whole field. And every time, I just want to really be clear with you, because it's a misunderstanding of a simple concept, that the single touch and breath is all you need. And it's like running a whole super duper defrag antiviral program every time you do it. It contains all of everything we did together. It's end result chemistry. Yeah, and so it's accessible, the one breath program.
Magical.
It is.
Magical experience.
We are magical. Isn't that cool?
It is very cool.
I'm so happy.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Maureen.
you're welcome.
Well, I hope everybody who sees this, you can't see my truth pose, but man, I am just covered in goosebumps right now. This has been very real. It has been very wonderful, and I hope it brings you great benefits as well. Being in person with Maureen is obviously optimal, but as we have been discussing for the last 20 minutes, half an hour, totally not necessary. You can do this for yourself through watching this. You can do this through yourself by holding the book. You can do this for yourself just imagining Maureen's wonderful face and going through these agreements with yourself and realizing that you are the most powerful being in your reality.
Absolutely.
And you are in control. The outside doesn't look like it. The inside knows it. And I truly hope this blesses you, and I look forward to meeting you. And if you have any comments, any testimonials, any Maureen's awesome, or hey, I've got some questions about what you were talking about back at 17 minutes, Maureen, could you explain a little bit further on that? Maureen would be happy to. And please do contact her or contact me, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Aloha.
Namaha.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
My pleasure.